When it comes to managing your money, budgeting is one of the most powerful tools you can use. It doesn't matter how much you earn. What matters is how you plan and control your spending. In this video, we'll break down the basics of budgeting in a simple and practical way, so you can start building better financial habits today.
All right, are you ready to finally once and for all get a handle on your money? Today, we're not just talking about tips and tricks. We are building a single, powerful system for your finances. And look, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It's a proven blueprint that puts you firmly in the driver's seat of your own financial future. I want you to picture something. Right now, at this very moment, two versions of your future self exist. One is financially free, and the other is financially trapped. The question is, which one will you become? And the thing is, that choice isn't about some far-off, distant future. It's about the system you start building today. So let's make this real. On one side, you've got the person who's trapped. They might make good money, but they're always broke, living in fear of their credit card statements. Now, picture the other side. The financially free person, they have options. A surprise car repair is an annoyance, not a full-blown crisis. You know, the difference between these two people isn't luck. It's the system, the very system we're about to build together. So, how do we get there? Well, here's our roadmap. Think of it like we're building a financial pyramid, or a house, from the ground up. Step by step, we're going to create a structure that is so solid it can withstand any storm life throws at it. You know, every strong building starts with a rock-solid foundation. So before we can even think about building wealth, we have to create a financial fortress, something that protects you from life's inevitable curveballs. This is the absolute non-negotiable first step. And here's why this is just so critical. A recent survey found that 1 out of every 3 Americans doesn't have an emergency fund. I mean, that is a staggering number of people living just one flat tire, one medical bill away from a total financial disaster. Look, the idea of saving up 6 months of expenses, it can feel completely impossible. So let's not even worry about that big number. Let's break it down into baby steps. Your first goal, just save your first $1,000 or $2,000 as fast as you can. That alone will cover most of life's little emergencies. From there, your next goal is just 1 full month of expenses. And then you can push for that full 3 to 6 month buffer. See? This approach actually makes it doable. And this isn't just about the cash in the bank. The research is clear. Having even a small $2,000 buffer has a massive psychological impact. It just gives you breathing room. It gives you the space to make good, rational decisions instead of panicked, desperate ones. Okay, with that small safety net in place, it is time to attack the second part of our foundation, high-interest debt. And I want you to stop thinking of it as just a monthly payment. It's not. It's more like a financial cancer, a disease that is actively working to destroy every bit of progress you make. 22%. That is the average interest rate on credit card debt right now. Just think about that. While you're busting your butt trying to get ahead, this debt is compounding against you faster than almost any investment you could ever hope to make. It's a race you literally cannot win. You know, debt is so much more than just numbers on a page. It's this heavy psychological anchor that holds you back. It limits your career choices, it puts a strain on your relationships, and it turns tiny problems into massive crises. Real freedom begins where high-interest debt ends. So here's how you need to reframe this in your head. Every single dollar you used to pay off a credit card that's charging you 22% interest, that's like earning a guaranteed 22% return on your money completely tax-free. You cannot find that kind of return anywhere else. It is, without a doubt, the single best investment you can make. All right, with our foundation getting nice and solid, we can move up to the next level of the pyramid. Now, this is the one and only exception to the pay off all high-interest debt first rule, and it's for a very, very good reason. We are talking about literally free money. For anyone who's not totally familiar, a 401k match is a part of your compensation. Your employer is basically offering you a bonus, but there's a catch. You only get it if you contribute to your own retirement account first. And this right here shows you just how powerful this is. In this example, just by saving for your own future, your employer just hands you an extra $1,800. You're literally getting paid to save. Not taking this money is like leaving part of your salary on the table every single paycheck. Here's the bottom line. That immediate, guaranteed return on your money. There is no stock, no crypto, no real estate deal on the planet that offers a guaranteed 50 or 100% return instantly. This is why you have to contribute enough to get the full match, even before all your high-interest debt is gone. Okay, the foundation is secure. You've claimed all your free money. Now it's time for the exciting part. It's time to build the engine that's going to generate real, long-term wealth, the part of the pyramid that truly grows and reaches for the sky. And the magic force behind this engine is something called compound interest. Some people have called it the eighth wonder of the world. And put simply, it's just when your money's money starts making its own money. It starts off really slow, almost so you don't notice it, and then it just accelerates into a wealth-building avalanche. And this chart right here is why your single most valuable asset isn't money, it's time. Look at this. By investing the exact same amount of money, starting just 10 years earlier results in over $500,000 more by retirement. That 10-year delay costs more than the entire amount the person who started late ends up with. The clock is everything. Okay, so where should you put this money? This is the playbook. This is the optimal order. First, you get that full 401k match. Then you open an IRA, which gives you more control and usually lower fees. Step 3, if you're eligible, an HSA is like a secret weapon with triple tax advantages. Then you go back and fill up the rest of your 401k, and only then do you move on to a regular taxable account. This sequence just maximizes all of your tax breaks. So now that we're actively building this incredible structure of wealth, we need to put a roof on it. And this roof is what protects all your hard work from the subtle, slow leaks and the invisible storms that can wash it all away before you even notice. And the most dangerous storm, the most silent wealth killer of them all, is something called lifestyle creep. It happens to almost everyone. You get a raise, and without even thinking about it, your spending rises to meet that new income. The nicer car, the bigger apartment. Your brain gets used to it in about 3 months, but those higher expenses, they're permanent. And don't think for a second this is just a beginner problem. It's not. A truly shocking report from Goldman Sachs found that 43% of households earning between $250,000 and $500,000 a year still report living paycheck to paycheck. That is lifestyle creep on a massive scale. So, what's the solution? Well, it's actually incredibly simple, but it does require discipline. The moment you get a raise, the very first thing you do is increase your automatic investment contributions. You pay your future self before your lifestyle even gets a chance to notice that there's extra cash. This one habit, all by itself, can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over your career. And just be aware of these other invisible traps too. Overconfidence can trick you into making reckless bets. Making simple tax mistakes can quietly eat away at a third of your returns. And panic selling when the market is down, well, that's probably the most expensive financial decision most people will ever make. Protecting your wealth is all about avoiding these simple mistakes. And so we've reached the top of the pyramid, the final piece of the puzzle. This whole system, saving money, paying off debt, investing in boring index funds, I get it. It can all seem kind of, well, boring. But I promise you, boring is the proven path to the most exciting prize of all, genuine freedom. This quote just perfectly captures the mindset shift. The goal isn't to look wealthy with the fancy cars and the home renovations. The real goal is to quietly and consistently make the gap between what you earn and what you spend as wide as possible. That gap, invested over time, is the raw material of freedom. And if you think this is all just some nice theory, let me tell you about a real person named Ronald Reed. He was a janitor. He pumped gas for a living. He drove a secondhand car his whole life and wore a coat that was held together with safety pins. Absolutely no one knew his secret. So how did he do it? How did a janitor build an $8 million fortune? He followed the exact system we just walked through. He avoided debt like the plague, he lived way below his means, he invested a little bit consistently, and he just let compound interest do the heavy lifting for decades. He simply did the boring work. And this is the prize. This is the whole point. It's not about a number on a screen. It's about checking your account on some random Tuesday morning and having the stunning realization that work has now become a choice, not a requirement. It's about owning your time. That is the ultimate return on investment. So, I'll just leave you with this question. Ronald Reed's prize was being able to leave a huge legacy to his local hospital and library. For others, the prize is the freedom to change careers, or to travel the world, or just to spend more time with their family. Following this system, yeah, it's not always easy, but it works. So, what will be your prize for doing the boring work?
Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about control and clarity. Start small, stay consistent, and adjust as you go. Over time, these simple steps can lead you to real financial confidence.